Let's see. Any chemtrails? It's low key, and I say I am. You know who I am. We're doing a little trail check. I see little one right there. I see one right there. Oh, another one right there. It's light. It's a light day. It's a light day. They must be short on pilots. Okay. Beautiful day. Beautiful blue fake sky in the simulation, okay? This is part 2. Idiocracy part 2. No food stamps, no Christmas. Sounds like divine intervention to me, okay? I'm working on getting a microphone so my shit doesn't sound janky and ghetto as hell. So that's in the works. If you want to help a nigga get a microphone, the Venmo is low key T, the number 4 president with a Z. Holla at your boy. Yeah, this bitch is bad. God damn, hold on. Shit, I gotta get my look in. Okay, all right. Satan, I rebuke you. Satan, I rebuke you. All right, so today we got more people knee deep in the Matrix. They love it, you know. They get like a rush of dopamine every time they hear bad news. Let's have a real conversation. The sad part is we live in this society where people on a spiritual level, people will never, the masses will never on their own take the initiative to be better themselves. Lord have this. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta do it. Ain't no way. Let me not. Oh, I could see this bitch ass. Ain't no fucking way that's not a BBL, bro. There's no way, bro. Her ass so big, it don't even look good. She look like the fucking bug from the ant from that movie. Her ass so fucking big, it don't even look good, bro. Damn. Anyway, so these people love that feeling of being in fear. They love that feeling of that chaotic energy. I guess it's just the fucking CIA. Let's just blame it on the CIA. I guess the CIA, he taking his bad bitch to Dollar Tree. That man is a gangster. That man is a gangster, man. Taking a big booty hoe to Dollar Tree is a flex. That's a flex, man. That nigga standing on cold. Anyway, so I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all could see this, the ass that I just seen, like you'd understand. It is wow. The surgeon went brazy. The surgeon was doing too much. The surgeon was feeling himself. He was feeling himself. So anyway, so these people love, they absolutely, I guess the CIA, because via the CIA, they've made people so fucking desensitized that now the only time the masses feel anything, Goyim, feel anything is basically when it's incoming doom. Let's have a real conversation. So I'm gonna get into these clips or whatever. Once again, I always pay attention to, you can tell an intelligent person by, is this person offering a solution at all? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be upset. There's nothing wrong with being upset. We're you know, we're human. We're trapped in this stupid ass fucking vessel and shit like that. But before I even give, like, I start to, you know, before I even start to get upset about stuff, I automatically train my spirit to try to utilize that energy to find a solution before I even get upset, before I even start to get to the point where I'm like raging out and stuff like that. So just understand, a lot of these people on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, a lot of them are just running their fucking mouth and complaining and venting because they don't know how. I genuinely don't think these people, in their mind, they don't believe there is a solution. You know, I genuinely, in their mind, they don't think there is a solution. I don't even think in their mind they're like, oh, we're capable of coming together. And, you know, because I was thinking about this earlier. The only reason why, you know, money even matters is because people are all trying to do everything by themselves. There's no fucking community. Let's have a real conversation. Money only matters when you out in the world trying to do this shit by yourself. If we were united, money wouldn't matter. We wouldn't need money. But anyway, so let's get into this video. Like I said, the only time the sheep, the masses, the zombies, the goyim, even truth seekers, let's have a real conversation, really fucking do shit is when they're forced to. Let's have a real conversation. Even me, I was in a situation where I was forced to either get my shit together spiritually or jump off a fucking bridge. Let's have a super real conversation, you know? Let's get into it.
And I predicted this in 2020. I was a little early.
And before, I'm so tired of people, once again, the ego. I'm so tired of hearing people the first 5 seconds into a video, I predicted this. I told y'all. See what I said? Y'all ain't listen. That right there shows that you're still trapped in your ego. Me personally, I don't give a fuck if I predicted this shit, because whatever I predicted is always some bad shit. I hate being right. I hate it. I told y'all. I predicted this. And I'm like, okay, so once again, when I'm listening to something, I'm trying to figure out what is their intention? What is their intention of what are they about? You know what I'm saying? What are your intentions of even speaking? You just coming on here to fucking say, I told you so, or you have a solution? Let's have a real conversation, man.
Because I realized exactly what's about to happen. And I predicted this in 2020. I was a little early, but remember, they have to cause a problem to offer a solution.
Hegelian dialogue.
At the precipice of something massive. And a lot of y'all have no idea. If you guys are thinking Christmas and Thanksgiving, y'all need to wake the fuck up. If you're on here broadcasting Christmas or Thanksgiving, y'all might be the first ones getting fucking robbed. Because I don't understand, or you don't understand, insolvency. The United States might go and it will go insolvent. Probably to be fucking ironic on Christmas. Y'all understand, September, the fiscal year ends fiscally in September, and we have $37 trillion, and 9 tech companies is what's keeping the economy afloat. I know a lot of y'all don't pay attention to economics, but fuck all that. I'm telling you the truth right now. Don't you think it's also ironic that all these military federalized, like we're getting staging going on in the United States, and y'all are worried about Gaza and all this dumb shit. Y'all need to wake the fuck up. Fuck Palestine right now. America. I've been screaming this for 4 or 5 years, and y'all think this is a joke.
He put his inside voice on.
Watch what I say.
He put his inside voice on.
I just sat here in a parking lot and cried because I said, oh my God. I didn't know what the feeling I was feeling, and it's that. We're about to go through something you guys have no idea. And shit's going. It's almost. You can feel it. You can feel it too. If you are sensitive to your vibration frequency, you can fucking feel it too. And it's not me being paranoid. I'm aware of my fucking surroundings. And we all give off vibration. I can feel it. Peace together. You know, digital ID and digital currency is coming to be replaced the dollar, right? How the fuck do you think they're going to do that where they force us to do it, where they're thinking they're doing us a favor? What event do you think has to happen for us to get conned, to get deceived, to agree to this slave device? What do you think? Tell me if this isn't all happening strategically. We're still crazy, huh? Christmas. Oh, happens the 3-Eye Atlas is coming too. Now the piece of gods, man. Too many dots connecting. You put together. Again, it is what it is. You better. You better hold. That's all I'm gonna say. If some of y'all women, stay the fuck out the street. I'm saying that to you now, because honestly, during that time period, I'm not gonna say it to you. Keeping it real. Y'all better wake the fuck up. And the worst part is I've been praying for revolution over reform. Because reform, we fight each other. While revolution, we fight the ones. No, I just sat here and cried because I realized exactly.
So I do want to say this, like, you know what I'm saying? When, thanks to the CIA is like Floyd Mayweather, undefeated. When you hear the word conspiracy theorist, this is what people think of. Let's just have a real conversation. Somebody that's like, that looks like this, you know, only thing missing is, you know, the aluminum foil, right? Let's have a real conversation. So this is the, I'm not saying anything he's saying. I'm not saying that he's not providing enlightenment here, but what I'm saying is he doesn't even have enough enlightenment to understand how he's going to be perceived. Let's have a real conversation. You know, that's rule number one of being homeless. Like, when I get a microphone, I'm going to start making, as much as I hate putting my face on the internet, like, I'm going to start making TikToks and doing other shit. But I'm going to be reacting to video. Like, same thing I'm doing now, I'm just going to be doing, like, put my face on this shit. Because people just hate faceless content when you're talking about certain things. Like, when you're talking about stuff like this, people are like, oh, well, we got to see what you look like. And all of it. I'm like, bro, it's just fucking stupid, bro. But, you know, he's going to be perceived as a fucking psychopath because of the way he appears, you know. And I've been homeless on paper. I've been homeless for like going on 4 years. You know, I haven't had like a place to call my own in like 4 years. You know, somewhere I can come home every night and sleep. But I realized while I was out here these last couple of years, rule number one of being homeless is don't look homeless. That's rule number one. You know, it is what it is. It's retarded, but in this realm, people judge you on, you know, your physical looks. Let's have a real conversation. So it's like, you know, in a situation like this, it's sad, but you really, like, if you want people to take you seriously, then you physically have to take yourself seriously. You have to shave, you have to be well groomed, you have to smell, you know what I mean? You have to be presentable. Like, it is what it is, you know, and you really just have to love yourself. Let's just call it what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that, you know, he's not speaking the truth or anything like that, but it's a lot of misdirected energy here. And like I said, he lacks the discernment to realize that I don't care what you're going through, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get a haircut and wash your ass and do what you can to have clean shoes and a clean outfit. That's the bare minimum, bro. I don't care if you homeless. I don't care if you sick. It don't matter. Like, it on a certain level, it does help you on a certain frequency. When you look good, you feel a lot better about yourself. You know what I'm saying? This dude looks real bad right now. He looks real bad. You know what I'm saying? And I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been there when I couldn't afford a pair of shoes. It was the most depressing shit part of my life. It was the most depressing shit of my life. I had to ask my mom to borrow money to buy a pair of fucking Air Force Ones. Like, it was disgusting. Cause I either sold my fucking shoes. I had shoes, bro. I always been like a fucking, you know, shoe collector and shit. I had brand new fucking Jordans, man, that I sold just so I could eat for the week. You know what I'm saying? Selling my PlayStation, selling my TV, you know? Like, I sold everything I had just so I could, you know, eat or whatever. Like, it is what it is. And, but sadly, like I said, the same way you have to purposefully, strategically, you have to strategically present the truth in a specific way if you want it to resonate with somebody. It's the same way that if you want to be taken seriously, you have to strategically present yourself physically to be taken serious. Let's have a real conversation. It's just as simple as that. You know, like if I'm gonna try to approach a female and I smell like shit, I haven't washed my ass, my clothes are dirty, like what kind of chick am I gonna attract? Let's just call it what it is, like, you know? So let's just be for real. But hit my problem with this dude is, you know, we live and people always forget that it's like they come on the internet and like Waterstyle said, she said he's ranting and raving. Like, you know, he's throwing it, let's call it what it is. This grown ass man is throwing a fucking temper tantrum. This is a grown man throwing a temper tantrum about things that are going on outside of him, offering not a damn lick of a solution. And that's the problem. It's called misdirected energy. That's why every single day you have to recalibrate your spirit and you have to refocus your soul on what really matters. You have to G-check your ego. Be like, this shit, who cares? This shit don't fucking matter. Yeah, it's going on, but this is a distraction. You understand? So, you know, I wish he would have presented the information as far, or at least I wish he was aware to the fact that it's like, yeah, these things are going on, but if you think about it, take your emotions out of it. That's the only time we can have real conversations. If you take your emotions out of it and understand that people have to be forced to evolve, because if you leave it to people, they'll stay stagnant until the day they die, and they'll stay in that fucking loop. You know what I mean? And they'll keep having to come back. That's why I'm grateful for trauma. But if there's no money, right? Look, that's the second card. It just stops in front of me. If there's no money for Thanksgiving, for people to celebrate it, if there's no money for Christmas for people to celebrate it, doesn't that sound like divine intervention? Doesn't that sound like, dare I say, a miracle? I mean, I ain't trying to be like an egomaniac, but nigga, I don't miss, nigga. I don't miss. Doesn't that sound like a literal fucking miracle? So now, without money, they can't celebrate these pagan, satanic, ritualistic holidays that were founded based off genocide and hate and evil and murder. Like, that sounds like a win. She said the holidays aren't obligations, right? But these people have been so fucking, I mean, indoctrinated to the point that they love participating in the doctrination, in the bread and circus, in the satanic worship. Think about where your energy is going when you participate in Christmas and Thanksgiving and these Easter, all of this bullshit. Sacred energy. Your energy is fucking sacred. And look how easily they just like persuade you, manipulate you to just give it away. Unbelievable. Unfucking real. So then you end up on the internet. If you don't know how to control your emotions and you don't pray for discernment and willpower and to be eternally grateful, you end up on the internet like a nigga like this, just pushing fear, pushing low vibrational. Ultimately, it's like when you watch a video like this, what feelings do you leave with? You leave with like a low vibe. I feel like when I make content, I talk about the same exact thing this person is talking about. But I feel like when people leave a video, like watching a video that I make, I feel like they leave with a feeling that's higher frequency. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's about changing your perspective. So we live in a dualistic ass realm. So we're the same way you talking about, oh, we're fucked and women should stay inside because if people start going crazy, ultimately he's saying they're going to be getting sexually assaulted, and rich people or whoever, if you're celebrating the holidays, people might run up in your house. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's also, once again, trauma is an opportunity. Um, Trauma is an opportunity to evolve, to unite. Like, I don't understand this shit, bro. Me personally, I don't get it. You know, polarizing moments, like, stress, like this. These are all moments, really, in this realm, designed to help you elevate. But people all look at it as like, oh, this is terrible. This is the worst thing ever. The world is ending. And I'm like, no, that's actually why we're here. The tension is what strengthens our soul. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, everybody, like, let's just call it what, like, motherfuckers want to be baby through life. And I understand, like, people want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to fucking go to work. I want to do what I love and stuff like that. But once again, a wise woman said that this realm was not meant to be, like, it wasn't meant to be, this wasn't meant to be like an enjoyable realm. Like, that's the, like, all the material shit, everything of the flesh, it's an illusion. Like, it's an illusion of satisfaction. It's not real satisfaction. Real satisfaction is peace. And you can't buy that. Let's have a real conversation. The fuck, nigga? Can somebody hit the gas? God damn. So, a real truth seeker, and this is what a real truth seeker is. A real truth seeker is like, it's like their objectivity is a fucking burden, and a real truth seeker takes their emotions out of the shit. And a real truth seeker is always trying to find, utilize their energy to find solutions. A real truth seeker is never biased. And a real truth seeker just doesn't react the way that the beast wants them to react. Yeah, we'll have moments of weakness where they might catch us off guard, or we might look. When COVID happened the first week, I was like, is this it? You know what I'm saying? I went out, went straight to the store. I was buying bleach and toilet paper like everybody else. But 2 weeks out, 2 weeks, they had me for 2 weeks. I ain't gonna lie to you. But after the second week, I was like, man, that's some bullshit. And throughout the whole entire pandemic, I was outside I was doing DoorDash, I was delivering food, Uber Eats. I was outside the whole pandemic, and I never got sick. Not even a little bit, bro. And not even saying my immune system isn't really that. My immune system is like mid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? My immune system ain't even like that. But I got sick like last year. I think last year I got sick. I got the flu like 3 times. It was the worst shit ever. It was the sickest I've ever been in my life. So I don't know if it was like a combination. I don't think it was COVID, because they told me it was a flu. But that was the sickest I've ever been in my fucking life. It was terrible. But anyway, so once again, Idiocracy Part 2. I think this is divine intervention. And regardless of how you feel about Trump and all these other idiots, like, do I personally believe, I guess you have to ask yourself the question. Do you believe that God has a plan, or do you believe that there is some sort of divine plan for, the masses to wake the fuck up and we all reconnect with source? That's the question you have to ask yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let's just have a real conversation. So yeah, as far as this video, I think it's a blessing. I think it's a fucking miracle. I hope nobody has any money to celebrate any of these just satanic, pagan ass. You niggas don't even know why they celebrate. Niggas don't even know the origins of these holidays. But it's just a routine. It's just routine. It's just like, no. You know what I mean? You don't even know why you celebrate this shit. No. You're supposed to move with purpose. You should know the origins of everything that you're interested in. You should know the origins of everything that you're voluntarily participating in. You know, worst thing you can do is lie to a fucking child, right? Worst thing your parents could have did was lie to you. So why the fuck would you want to lie to your children? If I had a child, I would be hard as hell for me to tell my kid, oh yeah, some fat white nigga come down the chimney and he brings you all of these gifts. And then my kid find out at school or on social media that Santa Claus is fake, and then he's like mad at me or my son or my daughter. It's just dumb. Don't it sound like, when you say it out loud, don't it sound dumb as hell? Don't it sound stupid? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? It is what it is. So yeah, it's sad that in that moment, if families can't afford to celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas, it's sad that people's first reaction would be like, it would be such a low vibration to loot, rob, steal, whatever, opposed to come together and be like, you know what? We actually we really don't even need this shit. But ultimately, I don't think that I don't think management aka the archons would allow that to happen. I don't think they would allow us to miss Christmas, especially Christmas. Christmas is the biggest holiday in this dumbass country. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they would allow the masses to not participate. I think that's non-negotiable. You know what I mean? Because if people go, all you got to do is go one Christmas, and then if people realize, oh shit, we had a great Christmas, we didn't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we still had a great time. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do this again next year. Let's not buy shit next year. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any fucking sense at all? Or am I just bugging? You know what I mean? Am I tripping? Because it's all about, in my opinion, it's just all about routine. And they got to keep us under a certain routine, and the routine is, directly impacts our frequency. You know what I'm saying? So they have to keep us at a super low vibe. That's it. And the minute, I'm telling you, bro, it's so, their control is so fragile. Because the minute motherfuckers the split second people say, man, I'm tired of this shit, man. Because it's a lot of people, quote unquote, waking up. But once again, like the great Robert Stanley said, he said, it's not you already, your eyes are wide open. You've been awake your whole life. It's about reconnecting with your soul. You have to murder your ego. You got to detach from your fucking literal, your worldly identity. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what your name is on your little social security card, birth certificate, driver's. That's not you. That's not you. You know what I mean? Let's have a real conversation. What up, Hurricane? Quarterstyle said, I think they're going to open up the government before then. They just toying with people's emotions and lies because it's entertaining to them. Yeah, and they probably got a bet. Probably a gambling website somewhere where you can bet on when the government is going to open again. Super degenerate.
Federalized.
This nigga said EBT funerals. Oh my God. EBT funerals happening across the country. We don't take nothing serious. And that's the problem right there. Look at her.
Every day I go on. We need our stamps. This is the funeral. But life's just not the same. Now that you're gone. R.I.P. Every day I go on. We need our stamps. This is the funeral. But life's just not the same. I'm Clark. Now that you're gone.
This person said, it's funny for some, but not for others. Anybody else been too busy with work to even know what the fuck going on? This person said, of course, Reek laughing. You said, like if you depend more on God than EBT. Okay. Yeah, it said little kids and disabled people are going to be hurt. It's not funny.
The tipping point historically when people will turn against their government is when the masses no longer have food. Food stamps are not being sent out November 1st. When the clock strikes November 1st, the scales are going to tip. When people cannot feed their families, the scales are going to tip. Politics are not just about politics anymore. This is about a class war, and you can't convince me otherwise. This is no longer an issue of Democrat, Republican. The whole facade of the two-party system, I think, is absolutely crumbling. I have not met a person in real day.
Shit. God damn. He said God better have my EBT.
I have not met a person in real day-to-day life, Republican, Democrat, who thinks what's going on right now is fabulous. I don't think Antifa is what the US government needs to worry about. I think they need to worry about the obvious class war that is coming. There is nothing that can unite everyone like poverty will. The tipping point historically when people will turn against their government.
Do y'all agree with that?
Stamps are.
Everyone's always asking me, like, what's your dream job?
Churning butter for a man that doesn't support Israel. Yeah. Being barefoot in the kitchen, birthing 10 babies for a man that is godly.
Capitalism is so normalized in our society that people do not even realize that the concept of having to get a job, go and work every single day just to put food on the table, just to be able to put a roof over your head, means that your basic needs of survival are paywalled. The things that every single person needs just to survive, just to not die, are paywalled. At that point, you going out and working is just to be you surviving. And then what does that mean? We operate in a society of people in forced labor. And of course you can end up liking your job and it being your passion, but still what it means is that you literally cannot live without your job. Rather than offering your labor to support your community or towards something you're actually really passionate about without a fear of homelessness also motivating it. Capitalism is simply inhuman and so many people fail to recognize that. Capitalism is so normalized in our society that people do not even realize that the concept of having to get a job, go and work every single day just to put food on the table, just to be able to put a roof over your head, means that your basic needs of survival are paywalled.
You know, and once again, one of my biggest fears, just because it was just from the jump, that's what you're scared. You always scared when you're growing up, like, oh, I don't want to be homeless, you know, physically and then also socially, how people would. But bro, like when I became homeless, and then once I figured it out and got over that mental hurdle and shit, bro, the truth is, like, minus the drug addicts and shit and alcoholics and just deranged janky ass people, like, being like sober and homeless is fun. It's a freeing feeling when you only got to worry about gas. Like, if just say you own your vehicle, when you only got to worry about gas, food, your phone bill, and obviously your car insurance. Like, this is crazy because even when you homeless, you still gotta even when you homeless, you got bills. It's fucking crazy as shit. Even when you homeless, you still can have like $500 worth of bills a month that you gotta scrape together. It's crazy. So it's like, but T-Right. Yeah, but when when you homeless, but you not addicted to drugs, and you not a drunk, and you not out of your fucking mind, it's actually like it's the closest you're gonna ever get to that free feeling when you can just wake up and you only gotta make money that you need to survive. Like you don't have to do all this extra shit. You don't have to burn yourself out. It is a freeing feeling. It is when you can just like be outside and enjoy the world and shit. It's a free feeling. But once again, like being homeless would be fucking lit. If people said, yo, fuck this, we not scared of being homeless no more. You know what I'm saying? You gonna kick us out of our houses to do it? Go ahead. Like if we came together, the shit would be lit. It would be lit. Like it would be fun to be homeless because we would be unified. We'd be doing something together. You know what I'm saying? Now, ultimately, it'll be more fun in a place that's actually fucking warm. Okay, being homeless somewhere cold, like my dumb ass. Okay, it ain't that shit. It fucks up the fun factor. Like freezing your ass off and shit. You know, between October and April ain't shit. That shit ain't fun. That's one of my things. Like I can't stand being cold, man. That's one of my things. Like I can't stand being cold, bro.
What it means is that
this is not prophecy but prediction. If this was predicted 27 years ago, somebody knew something. Okay, here's the list. This is an abbreviated list. I could have made it much longer. You know I can. I didn't. Okay, you ready for the list? Fast mutating viral disease pandemics.
Shit. We'll say, shit. We can't. Are we allowed to talk about this?
DNA database tracking.
Nope.
It's time for everyone to come to terms with the fact that you cannot vote yourself out of being occupied by a foreign entity that thinks we should all die for their agenda. As expected, we are being sucked into World War III. USS Nimitz and its strike group are headed towards the Middle East, as well as at least 25 air tankers and counting. And this is how we know we're cooked. Apparently, the Samson option has been leaked. If you've never heard of the Samson option, it's basically Israel's plan to take down the entire world with nukes if they're ever on the verge of defeat. This is the translated version of that document, and you can see under global deterrence attacks, there's the United States, and apparently they plan to bomb Washington, D.C., New York, Los Angeles, and NORAD in Colorado. Only someone in a full state of delusion would believe that a country could plan to nuke you and still be your greatest ally.
The United States must get involved in this fight in order to protect the United States. God bless America. God bless the United States of Israel. United States of Israel.
United States of Israel.
It's time for everyone to come to terms with the fact.
United States of Israel. Okay. Damn.
Be able to accomplish the 15-minute city plan. If
Real quick, I don't know if niggas is writing comments or not, but I don't know if they froze the comments. I don't know.
And usually they will. How will they be able to accomplish the 15-minute city plan if everybody disagrees with what they're doing? Well, they will actually put lock steps into place first before they enact the 15-minute city. And usually they will either do it with a pandemic or a climate change lockdown. So the first step to the 15-minute cities is to introduce digital IDs. That's where they take all of our IDs, everything that you live off of, and they centralize it in one ID where one entity can just shut it off. So now they can control you through that way. But you still have the ability to move and go and buy whatever you want. Next step is CBDCs, which is the central bank digital currencies, which means they can see every single thing that you purchase. So instead of going to the store and them just seeing you spend $150 at the store, they will be able to see everything that you bought. Then they will enact carbon credits on food, travel, airplanes, hotels. Like you've already seen it. If you go and book an airplane or if you go book a hotel room or whatever. And in the UK now they're introducing carbon credits on food labels so that you can get trained on what a carbon credit looks like. Then they will either enact another pandemic or a climate change lockdown through bullshit science. And because all the countries already signed the WHO pandemic treaty, we all have to be in line with what they want. and they will shut you down in those 15-minute cities. Now, if your mayor has signed on to the 15-minute cities and has received funding so that your place becomes a 15-minute city, you will see a lot more cameras around in your area, and it will be the perimeter of the 15-minute city. And now that you're digitalized completely, meaning you need your phone just to go scan something, you need your phone just to have the digital ID, just to have the CBDCs, now you have something called a wearable. And they will probably make wearables even more prominent so that you can be tracked. So now if you cross over a certain line, those cameras can catch you. And now you're in an area that you shouldn't be. And that is how they will enact the 15-minute cities. Now, let's say you live on the West End and you work on the East End and you're like, how will I get there? Well, first, they will see if you can work from home. If you can, you're working from home. If you can't, you can go on UBI, Universal Basic Income, because they want everybody on a welfare state because AI is taking most of our jobs. And if you can't and you're useful, you will get a pass. And that pass will allow you to go to work and from work, and that's it. You're not allowed to stop anywhere. You will need permission for that. And they will literally use this kind of logic in the name of climate science or whatever else that they come up with. That's all bullshit. Does that kind of make a little bit more sense? Which is why we're all talking about how dangerous these locksteps are for them to finally get their end goal, which is to imprison humanity into 15-minute cities.
So the giant asterisk around what she's saying is if people participate, if people comply, if people consent. You know, like we was talking about before, it's our fault. Once again, we have to change. It's our fault. You know, that's their job. They're evil. Their job is to kill, steal, destroy, rape, pillage, put our souls in fucking bondage and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's our fault. We have to change. We are the ones that have to not just wake up, but we have to put action behind, you know, this spiritual foresight. Let's have a real conversation. I can't see, like, I guess they like froze the comments or something. So I can't really see if y'all writing comments or not. I'm gonna watch one more video and then I'm gonna get up out of here.
7% of Americans now live paycheck to paycheck. That's up from 63% in 2024. Let's get these numbers up. 40 million Americans are set to lose food stamps by next week due to the current shutdown. Let's get these numbers up. 58% of students who graduated last year are still looking for a job. Let's get these numbers up. Homelessness in America is at an all-time high. There are so many people sleeping on the streets now. Let's get the number even higher. Let's have everyone just sleep on the streets. Let's see how high we can get it. America's top 1% holds almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%. Let's get this number up higher. Let's just make it 100%. How fast can we make it 100%? Hey, 67% of Americans.
Listen up, everyone. I'm tired of hearing people. I'm going to be put on some kind of list for exposing Congress here, but fuck it. They aren't telling you the truth, so I will. Remember the number 20,076. We'll come back to this number later. So Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, just announced earlier today that he's not bringing the House back to session next week. What does it mean? It means he's not bringing the House, all of these members of Congress that represent us, the people, back to DC to do their job. This has now gone on for 6 weeks. Members of Congress are still getting paid, and they have not been doing their job now for a month and a half. They make $174,000 a year.
God damn!
Divide that by 52 weeks in the year. You get how much they make per week. You times that by 6 for the 6 weeks that they haven't done their job. $20,076 per member of Congress. The amount of money that they have made for not doing their job. Wow. And oh, by the way, they're collecting that money from my paycheck and your paycheck. Yep, they get paid through our taxes.
No.
What the fuck are we doing, man? Sorry for the language. I know that is maybe not very pleasant when I say, what the fuck? But what the fuck? And you want me to believe that I need to look right and say, oh, it's the Republicans, or look left and say it's the Democrats. No. Never again. The more you know. My name is Hunter Howell. I would never, ever harm myself. I'm sending you my love. Make sure that you hit 3 buttons over here. So like, comment, share with 5 of your friends, and follow for more news.
So that's what I was wondering. Like, do these politicians get paid during a shutdown? And it appears that they do. This is why they shouldn't be paid during a shutdown. They should be the first to lose their benefits, right? They don't care. But we are still paying federal taxes. This is illegal. No taxation without representation. Time to vote out anybody who doesn't represent our interests. Out of our checks before we see it, right? So many ready to revolt, less than 1% willing to lead the charge. Well, once again, if you're not willing to spill blood about your freedom, about your sovereignty, whether it be yours, or your children's, like, you know what I mean, your grandchildren, then it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Response to the government canceling SNAP benefits is for Americans to cancel the holiday season. Right. Close the wallets. Close the wallets. You don't need to buy a turkey. You've had turkeys for the last how many years? You're good to skip a year. Black Friday hasn't Black Friday and I don't know how long. The deals suck. You don't need a new flat screen. You already got one from last year. Your kids have tablets. They have toys. They have electronics. They'll be good to miss out on 1 year. They'll be okay. Close the wallets. Cop boy.
Cop boy.
We should be spending any money then. It makes no sense for, in response to the government taking food off people's tables, for us to then open our wallets and continue the economy as if nothing is wrong. It's time for a cop boy of the holiday season. The time of year where corporations make the most money, yeah, shut it down.
So
close the wallets.
Are they saying that like we're not allowed to say boycott anymore? Is that what's going on? Said the problem with Americans is we can never all get on the same page. It sounds good in theory. Enough of us won't band together to make them actually feel it. He said it's about the $10 ham. Okay. Can y'all hit the like button while y'all up in here, man? I gotta go take my black ass back to work in a second, man. This person says, why would I close my wallet? This doesn't make sense. For those of us with jobs, we are still being taxed. All of a sudden, people want to spend responsibly because the people on the government assistance aren't receiving it anymore. When the government open up, they won't get the back pay. I don't know if they're getting back pay or not. You know what I'm saying? There it is right there. Stop funding our oppressors. There it is right there. Nationwide blackout, but joyfully for our families. Start canceling the subscriptions. Rely on free streaming services. Okay. All right. There it is. This person says, buy nothing new, invest in each other. Mutual aid, reparations, land tax, and habitat restoration. We must stand up in large numbers to change this government. Once again, make politicians scared again. The t-shirts are coming, man. I just got to find a website that will allow me to fucking put that on a t-shirt. But the t-shirts are coming. The t-shirts are coming, bro. Might get locked up. I don't know. Man on the street interviews are coming. Can y'all hit the like button, please? I gotta get wireless microphones, and I might have to buy another phone too. And then I'm gonna have to get a tripod so I don't have to just hold my fucking phone and shit. You know what I'm saying? And all of this shit.
Holidays coming up.
It passed by one vote in the House of Representatives. $500 billion cuts in Medicare, $300 billion cuts in Medicaid, 13.7 million people will lose their benefits. SNAP benefits gone. An increase in pay for ICE agents, including an annual $40,000 bonus. Funds to the Golden Dome. You can have fun researching that later. And cuts on tanning beds, but not on hospital beds. All to give people who do not need more money for the rest of their lives a little extra. And that's not the worst part. 4.5 million children will no longer be considered dependents if both of their parents do not have a social security number, which that does include having an undocumented parent. Even if your other parent is a U.S. citizen, they don't get the tax rebate anymore. But it includes people who are currently going through the immigration process. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that it restricts judicial authority to enforce contempt of court. Now, why would you want that? Because you don't intend on following through with judges' orders. And if that passes the Senate and it is implemented the way it is now, we lose the power of the judiciary to stop an authoritarian executive branch. We lose the power of judges to stop him because they haven't been able to enforce when he breaks the law anyway. He just sent more people to Sudan who have never been to Sudan to go to prison, just like he did in El Salvador. And there's no excuse for the fact. Just a fiscal conservative. If it is implemented the way it is written, in 10 years, it will increase our debt $20 trillion minimum. Minimum.
She ain't got no
so
damn.
no, you're not a fiscally conservative
She
Republican.
ain't got no
You're a-
bra.
And no, you're not. I'm a Christian because you are okay
Tell
with
you,
women
boy.
dying in hospitals, children not being fed, a child, any child. I don't care who the fuck their parents are, not going to the doctor. I'm going to lay down the gauntlet real quick. You can choose to serve Christ or Trump. It's one of the two. Because if you serve one, I know exactly where you stand. And starving kids, punishing immigrants, robbing the poor, and racism are not deal breakers for you. Fuck y'all. And I blame Republicans, and I blame MAGA, and I blame false Christians that have been running this whole machine. But I also...
All right, Mary Jane. She ain't got no damn bra on underneath whatever this Thriller jacket. She ain't got no bra on, and she got boy titties though.
States recently said that if you don't have the digital ID by 2028, you will be isolated from society. That's... What? What? Isn't there a prophecy about that? Does that mean I can't buy and sell? If so, the time is close. Anyways, this is my driver.
What you got, baby girl? Let's see it. God damn.
Did you know that Bill
Shit.
Gates recently said that if you don't have the digital ID by 2028...
I don't give a fuck what
this
they
nigga.
say.
This nigga
what
scary
you
as
hear,
hell.
whatever fucking fear they trying to
This
put you
nigga
in,
scary.
all this shit is ours. So the moment they start
This that nigga Sean. Y'all didn't know what Sean looked like till now.
to eat, y'all ain't gonna be able to. We could be able to do whatever the fuck we want to do. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do around here. Have these motherfuckers forgot who the fuck we are? See, y'all.
Hurricane, you need to recruit this nappy-headed scary nigga right here, man. Hurricane, you need to recruit this nigga. Send him a DM. He's scary.
If y'all keep talking about God, and the God that y'all keep talking about said he
Man,
gave
look,
you,
willingly nappy-headed niggas, them niggas scary, bro.
I giving shit away. Motherfuckers forgot who the fuck we are. See, y'all forgot who y'all was, but it's time to wake y'all up. That's what the fuck I'm out here doing, waking you back up to your God-like state. If y'all keep talking about God, and the God that y'all keep talking about said he gave you dominion, why the fuck you keep giving it away? I'm not giving shit away. These motherfuckers don't own me. Oh, my bad. My parents were ignorant of their laws and signed that birth certificate and signed me over to the state, right? But they did it under ignorance. So that shit is void. Void contract, motherfuckers. I am not a motherfucker of the state. I am a divine being that comes from the Allahayim. I am here as a free being on this earth. And I've taken back my sovereignty. I don't need to go sign on paperwork to tell you I'm sovereign.
It's taken, bro.
I'ma stand in it. Now you gotta come move me.
Pause.
Shalom.
He said I'm
I don't give a fuck what they say.
Listen, bro, any nigga that come out the house voluntarily nappy, bro, he's a force to be reckoned. This nigga, this nigga voluntarily nappy, bro. It gotta be a fucking pick in that house somewhere, bro. Then he talking about he gonna stand it, man. This nigga, man, he gonna be the designated. We gonna have him rape all the presidents. Yo, what the fuck? This nigga here, man. He gonna be the designated booty warrior, man. We gonna have him bend over all the pedophiles that's stealing our taxes, man. We gonna have and Grand Theft Auto allegedly, man. Can y'all hit the like button, man? We got 12 truth seekers in here. Well, I don't know if that's true. I don't know. It could be gang stalkers. It could be niggas. It could be trolls. I don't know who y'all niggas is, man. I wish you could see like a list of the people watching you, bro. That shit need to be a feature on YouTube where you can click on that shit and you can see the list of people that's watching you. Why? I vote for that. You know what I'm saying?
You guys need to watch this bullshit. Bill fucking Gates is worth $105 billion US. There's this website called Spend Bill Gates' Money, and it says he only has a measly $90 billion, but I guess it'll work for the point I'm trying to make. So there's 32 teams in the NFL, right? You can buy NFL teams on here for $2.3 billion.
What the fuck? Dang.
What the fuck, bro? He can literally own the NFL and still be a multi-billionaire. Let's just say fuck it. He could also buy the Mona Lisa and a cruise ship without really making a dent, a rocket, a mansion, a skyscraper. Why the fuck would he need to buy a Super Bowl ad if he owns the NFL?
Wow.
Do it anyway because you're rich as fuck and it doesn't make a dent.
Wow.
This man can buy 100 Ferraris and 100 Lamborghinis like it's nothing.
Wow.
999 Rolexes? Sure. And then there's me telling myself not to buy food on my lunch break at work so I can save some money. You guys need to watch this bullshit.
Bitch, I'll
Bill fucking Gates is
I'll
worth...
see you some money, bitch. I'll send you $5. And get you a Happy Meal.
October 27th, and I'm going to show you yet another reason
how
I know our country has been compromised.
That's when you stand up in that. Hello, gay. You stand up in that.
It's the official site.
That's wholesome poontang right there.
People who manage food programs, help farmers, and feed millions of Americans through SNAP, the food stamp program. I'm going to show you the website and what you see on their homepage. Senate Democrats have now voted 12 times to not fund the food stamp program, also known as SNAP. Bottom line, the well has run dry. At this time, there will be no benefits issued November 1st. We are approaching an inflection point for Senate Democrats. They can continue to hold out for healthcare for illegal aliens and gender mutilation procedures, or reopen the government so mothers, babies, and the most vulnerable.
Yo, they just said we've detected. Wow. They just said we've detected video in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Suck my dick, man.
Already? Check this out.
Out of here, bro. Get out of here. All right, check this out, y'all.
If you haven't seen this already, check this out. If you haven't seen this already, check this out.
So they saying November 25th to December 2nd. Don't like just basically cot boy. Nationwide, no work. No work. Oh shit. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm about to get up out of here. They didn't been fucking with me this whole video, man.
Government shut down meals. These are meals that are designed to stretch to feed an entire family. For people who are not receiving any pay during the government shutdown, people who are not receiving any benefits, or if you just need help trying to stretch a meal, I am sharing recipes with everyone to help stretch meals, to help feed their family. This is corn and rice and red gravy. This recipe was passed down from my wife's family. One onion from Walmart will cost you about $1.36 a pound. I chopped up 1/2 of an onion. Somebody tell me, why do onions make you cry? For my sausage, I decided to go with Hillshire Farm smoked sausage at $3.56. I cut my sausage in half and then I cut it in quarters so that way everybody can get a piece of sausage in every bite. I got 2 cans of the Walmart Great Value, no salt added corn.
Hey, so the real reason he tore down the East Wing is because he's updating the bunker. He's updating the World War II bunker that was under the East Wing that was specifically made for the president so that in case nuclear war happens, he can go into that bunker. So he is updating that bunker. He did say, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, that he is updating that bunker, and I don't know what's in that bunker. I don't want to know what's in that bunker. I don't want to know what he's trying to put in that bunker, but it is giving 2025 Hitler, and honestly, I hope there's something down there that he can use the same way Hitler did. But also, if you think about it, the reason that he's updating that bunker and the reason that he's giving billions of dollars to Argentina is because when Hitler took his last breath in that bunker, the rest of his fellow Yahtzee men decided that they were going to flee to various different places around the planet, and the majority of them ended up in Argentina. So this is just a plan. This is just a backup plan for when shit hits the fan. That's what's happening. He's, updating that bunker, and he is sending billions of dollars to Argentina so that when his Yahtzee friends have to face the 2025 or whatever year version of the Nuremberg trials, they have a safe place to go and either, enjoy their last breath or enjoy their life in another foreign country. So it all makes sense now. I'm still mad about the fucking East Wing. I'm still mad that he destroyed it. But it all makes sense now. Why are you,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Get the fuck out of your fucking, dumbass emotions. The fuck are you talking about? I'm mad that they touched the White House. Bitch, have you ever even been in the White House? Have you ever spent the night in the White House? Bitch, you ever worked at the White House? Bitch, you know what the fuck goes down in the White House? What are you talking about? I'm mad that how dare they? I mean, your Caucasian, ignorant Caucasian she just went full ignorant Caucasian, bro. She just went full indoctrinated Caucasoid, bro. Let's have a real conversation. Bitch, shut the fuck up. What the hell are you talking about? Fuck the White House, bro. What are you talking about? The White House's headquarters is the HQ for the fucking, the real domestic terrorists. Shut the fuck all the way fuck. Who took this bitch muzzle off? Respectfully. Anyway, so once again, this is hard. This is a tough watch.
If you are now the money from
look at this shit. This is crazy. It says most of the people in Gaza now rely on soup kitchens as their main source of food. I don't know.
If the U.S. military is Jewish, does anyone know?
Oh
anyone
shit,
know?
this nigga here. When I see this dude, I'm gonna smack him beside his fucking head.
And so quickly that I've quickly realized that just about everything that has been labeled a fable or mythological is the truth and vice versa. A couple months ago, my For You page was all Ring camera footage of all different weird things like gnomes, which are apparently a thing in multiple cultures, and yes, you could see them very clearly. We're all collectively starting to realize that mountains and rocks are petrified giants. I posted this on Facebook thinking I was gonna blow everybody away, and everybody already knows. Side note, if you're on there, add me. I like to post a lot of stuff like this. Now they just unearthed a dragon skull in Romania, which I already knew it was dragons, but to see it go mainstream is insane. Then it's people all over the place are saying that like you can walk from India to get here, and from like Ukraine. Like we have immigrants coming in and saying that they walked. There was never a flight, no boat, nothing. I'm already a flat earther, so I know that they lie to us, but what extent? People are claiming to see their doppelgangers inside of Walmarts. Like, I don't know why, but it's always Walmart. And today I fell down a rabbit hole about Humpty Dumpty being a real thing, because there were multiple writers across hundreds of years talking about these men whose heads were in their chests. I don't even know what to say about things anymore. Has this stuff always been right in front of our faces? The veil is thinning so much and so quickly that I've quickly realized that just about...
Here's what they really don't want you to know. Where the tacos actually go. We're told that our tacos pay for roads and schools, but if you look around, the roads are crumbling, the schools are failing, and somehow we're trillions in debt. So where do they really go? Wars, foreign aid, corporate bailouts, endless emergencies that never seem to end. The system was designed from day one to feed itself, not us. In 1913, the same year the Fed was born, we got permanent tacos. That's not a coincidence. They created a private central bank run by elites, not us. And then they passed laws that made us their funding source.
I'm standing up in it, nigga.
Print money out of thin
I'm
air.
standing up in it, nigga.
Because the point has never been money. It's always been control. Tacos have become our leash. You're not a citizen in their eyes.
There ain't nothing in the world like a pretty truth seeker bitch, man. Ain't nothing like it, man.
Debt system that you never actually agreed to. That's why every year you work almost half your life just to fund what exactly? Wars you don't support? Foreign governments you never voted for? Programs that enrich the very people collapsing the system? But the kicker is that they made it moral. They convinced us it was patriotic. And if you question it, then you're selfish. If you refuse it, then you're dangerous. Meanwhile, they're printing trillions for themselves and calling it a stimulus for the economy. Now, this isn't about conspiracy theories. This is just math. This is history. This is public record. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So the real question is, are you willing to keep funding the machine that treats you like cattle? Or are you ready to start living like a free human being? That's what we're going to be talking about in depth, no holds barred, no censorship. Inside my new community, the Conscious Rebels Network. There is a link right now in my profile where you can let me know that you are interested so I can get in touch with you with more details. Let's get free. Here's what they really don't want.
I want to be inside. Definitely stalking this bitch, respectfully. Yeah, that man, listen, man. This the type of chick... She married to a Freemason. This nigga's a fucking the final boss of haters, nigga. God damn. Yeah, a chick like that, bro. We doing mushrooms on the first date. I want us to be I want us to be vulnerable in the astral realm together. Like, what the fuck? We doing psychedelics together, bitch. First date. Within an hour of me meeting you. We're doing psychedelics. I want to know the real you, bitch. Shit, and I want you to know the real me, because I don't even know who the fuck that is.
I don't give a fuck if I disappoint my parents. I'm not impressed by them.
Damn.
I'm not impressed by them. They should have impressed me first.
Damn.
So I could have had the blueprint. So clearly I'm not going to take advice from the likes of you.
Ooh.
And the problem is y'all don't be talking to y'all parents like this. Y'all parents need a good humbling.
Oh.
Just because you gave birth to me don't mean that you really an extension of me.
You ain't shit, bitch.
Gas it down.
Be honest.
The fuck? We cool, but we ain't that cool. Sometimes they be acting like your little friend. Actually, they be acting like your little op. Fuck.
Okay.
I remember when you used to call my auntie and tell them all this shit that I do.
The reason you wanted
All right, 3 more videos and we up out of here.
Number of people cutting off their parents, but there's one thing I've noticed about this trend.
I just want to know why, if the government is shut down, I still see taxes coming out of my paycheck. If you can't spend my money on feeding babies, you can't spend my money on shit. Run me my shit back.
Oh,
just like Social Security. How the fuck they gonna tell us that we gonna run out of Social Security by the time we retire?
It's why I gotta move, because these the type of chicks that I be talking to, and it take everything in a real nigga soul not to fucking snap your whole neck back, hit you with a Floyd Mayweather jab. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most disgusting shit in the world, bro. A chick that, like, a masculine woman. It's the most disgusting shit on the face of the planet, bro. Like, a chick that's, like, literally, like, you know what I mean? Like, upwards of 90% masculine energy. Like, it's fucking disgusting, man.
A ballroom with $250 million. When the fuck was the last time you went to a ball? Trump don't even look aerodynamic enough to be able to dance. Meanwhile, y'all giving kids cold cheese sandwiches because it's not even a grilled fucking cheese. Ain't shit grilled about that.
I can't, man. I'm scarred, but I can't. Like, chicks like that, I just want to literally, like, do, like, I used to play this video game called Double Dragons on Super Nintendo. Like, I just want to hit him with one of them. Like, you know, I want to hit her with like a Dragonfly Jones combination, like from Martin. Like, I can't. Like, chick, it's just like the most disgusting energy in the world. Ain't shit cute about that shit, man. Ain't nothing cute about this shit, nigga.
How I became a cloud engineer, step by step.
2 videos left. We back to Charlie Kirk.
Let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this.
Dumbass
the last 9
nigga.
months, Israel was on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu was basically redefining.
All right, bye, Reek. Fucking drug addict.
He said the judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Netanyahu now has an emergency government and a mandate to leave. Was there a stand-down order? Was there a stand-down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. Israel's the size of New Jersey. When I took a helicopter ride from Jerusalem to the Gaza border, it's 45 minutes. 6 hours. They're live streaming the killing of Jews. Did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate, non-conspiracy question. The whole country is the IDF. The whole country is. Yeah. But the fact is now Bibi and the Israeli far-right government has a mandate. I gotta be careful the way I say this.
I gotta be careful the way you say this.
They're gonna try to ethnically cleanse Gaza. I mean, that's, and I don't use that term lightly, okay? They're talking about basically removing 2.5 million people from there, okay? And honestly, they have a...
Okay, so...
And revenge. They do. There is... This idea that they need to have a truce or a peace treaty, that's morally crap after you see women and children be burned alive and dragged to the streets. But there are some serious questions here, Patrick. And let me tell you, my pattern recognition over the last 5 years has become pretty sharp. COVID, Maui fires.
All right, relax, nigga. Relax, nigga. That's why you got clapped. He said that Israel is trying to, what is it, ethnically cleanse, you know, Gaza. So, yeah, that's what happens when you get, when you disrespect your donors. That's what happens when you bite the hand that feeds you. You know you wasn't supposed, he wasn't supposed to say that. Let's have a real conversation. He knows he wasn't supposed to say that. But that's the thing about the truth, man. Like, it just, You just get, even a liar get tired of, you know what I'm saying, bullshitting, you know what I'm saying, spewing bullshit, even a liar. So yeah, that makes the most sense why he's not here anymore, because he went up on the PBD podcast and all these other podcasts or whatever, and he started going off script. He said he got too big for his britches. He thought he was bigger than the program times 5.
Wage was supposed to be $66 this whole entire time. In order for the buying power to be like it was in the 1970s, it would have to be $66 today. It's supposed to be $66. No wonder everybody was high and had afros and it was just all peace and love, man. It was at discos. They had money.
Yeah.
He had money for the parachute pants. I was wondering, how was they affording all the coke in the world? They had the buying power of $66 an hour today.
Wow.
Incredible. The greed of today's companies is ridiculous because they only pay that to people with like degrees. They don't even pay that for people with like degrees.
Nope.
Asking for $30, $35, they look at you crazy. But $66, that's what you owe me? Plus reparations. Y'all tripping. So our minimum wage.
If the sun is in outer space, why is there light on Earth but not in space? Why do we say Christopher Columbus discovered America when there were already people in America when he got here? When the wind isn't blowing, where does it go? Why do we call apartments apartments when they're clearly not apart? Why do we say the fire alarm is going off when it's actually going on? Why is pizza round, cut into triangles, and placed in a square box? Why is there a D in fridge but not in refrigerator? If tomatoes are fruits, why don't we call ketchup smoothies? Why do we say taking a dump when you're actually giving a dump? Why are there always 8 hot dog buns and 10 hot dogs? If there's no oxygen in space, how is the moon landing flag moving? Why do we call driveways driveways when we're not driving on them, we're parked on them? And why do we call parkways parkways when we're not parking on them, we're driving on them? Why do we call car delivered shipments shipments when they're not on ships? And we call shipments on ships cargo ships when they're not on cars, they're in ships? Why do we call waiters waiters when we're the ones waiting on them? Who came first, the chicken or the egg? If the egg came first, who laid the egg? If olive oil is made out of olives, then what is baby oil made out of? Why don't they make bacon packaging resealable? If the sun is in outer space, why is there light on Earth but not...
128,000 likes, by the way. 120,000 likes, by the way.
You have awakened and you made it. Congratulations. You have awakened and you have discovered that everything is connected. And in fact, it's all you. And now you're at that scary point where you're thinking, well, how am I supposed to help the whole world? There's so many people that need to be saved. How do I help them all? Ironically, since you are everyone and everyone is you, you don't have to save anyone but yourself. When you save yourself, you save all of them because they are you. The more you change, the more you awaken, the more Earths you shift through, the more reflective all of your reflections are of your current state. You don't have to save the world. You just save yourself. And in turn, you do save the world. You made it. Congratulations.
Gnarly, bro.
That said, we are currently existing in the imagination of a white man. And I love this conceptualization because it's so true. We do indeed exist within the imagination of the dominant mind. Have you ever stopped to think about how everything that we know of today first existed in the imagination? The phone that you're holding, the houses that we live in, the cars that we drive, the stores that we go to, everything, aside from the natural world, first existed in someone's imagination. This is one of the foundations of esoteric truth. The imaginal world is the conduit by which manifestation happens. And one of the things colonialism has taken from us is our ability to imagine. What you see in your mind's eye can exist in the material world if we have the means for imagining that thing and then creating it. Your imagination holds power. They want us to believe that imagining beyond material reality is for children, because they know that what we imagine to be possible can exist outside of our mind. So I want you to start connecting with your imagination. Can you imagine a world beyond colonialism? Can you imagine a world beyond genocide? Can you imagine a world beyond exploited labor? I saw a video recently that said we are currently existing in the imagination of a white...
Hey, shorty, I don't know who need to hear this, but hear me out. What would happen if we all decided not to pay our rent? Hear me out. Don't be, I know you.
I'm hearing you. I'm listening. I'm
taking them chances and them risks.
Alright, come on with it.
But just hear me out. What they gonna do? Put all of us on the street? Are they gonna send all of us to court? You know how many paperwork we have to get processed to send a whole building to court? And evict them? You gonna put them all out on the street, on the block?
I mean,
for what? How you gonna do that? I feel like the best way to rock the system is by not paying the rent, bro. Y'all better do steps. Because think about it. If rent don't get paid, that means the people that own the buildings don't have no money to pay for their property tax. They don't pay for their property tax, they lose their building. If everybody is collectively deciding they're just not going to pay rent, what are they going to do with all these buildings? They're going to be empty, right? And who can take over? Okay, like I said, there's ways around this. I mean, excuse me for thinking how my people thinking we tired of shit. I feel like rent shouldn't be paid anyway. Didn't God make this earth for us?
Word to mother.
What did Orlando say? They ate the trees and the fruit and of our labor supposed to be out here for us, and we supposed to be growing our own shit. It's like, let's be honest, y'all. It's ways around it, but y'all just too scary. Y'all just be feel like, oh, but what if everybody else don't do it? Why don't you focus on you do it? Why don't everybody pick one building at a time and everybody just leave every month? They're not gonna put everybody out on the street, bro. They're not gonna have everybody just outside. Then what you gonna do? Increase the police? Because to come and do what? Where you gonna move people to? Come on, bro. They ain't got no money. They already using our tax money to build detention camps. Who on the
I'm just saying, like, saying, like, that sound like type shit. That sound like fire and shit, my nigga. But I'm scared. I'm scared, my nigga. I'm scared. I ain't trying to be in no camp or nothing, my nigga. You word the mother. Word the mother. I just ain't built for a fucking camp, my nigga. I'll keep it a buck with you, gang. I'll keep it a buck with you, gang. God, that's the fuck up out of here. Oh man, it's my fucking phone and shit. But anyway, man, appreciate everybody chiming in on the conversation. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. This is Idiocracy Part 2. You know, a little divine intervention, and then via no food stamps, possibly no Thanksgiving or Christmas, bro. We're just here living in it, you know? We're living in it and we're documenting it. And it is what it is, man. Detach from your ego and accept this bullshit ass fucking satanic simulation for what it is, man.